heading up to a backcountry camping site that I gotta hike into. I'm gonna be getting there basically when it gets dark. Too dangerous to hike in at night, so I'll actually be spending tonight camping in the car, hiking in the morning, then spending the second night in my tent, about a 6-kilometer hike into the park. I charged the car up to full, so I'm on a full charge. That gives me plenty of juice to run camp mode overnight. All right, we are here. Try not speeding around that bend. All right, and we're here. So we left on a full charge, drove about 135 kilometers. We arrived here with 67% battery. Now we'll be sleeping in the car tonight, running camp mode, so it'll be interesting to see how far down I drain the battery because I won't be plugged into anything. So that'll be a fun little experiment. I'm not too concerned because we're only 14 kilometers from the nearest supercharger, so. As you can see, we're not exactly alone in the parking lot here. I sleep in the car and hike in first thing in the morning. Let's clean out all this mess. There we go. Nice and cleaned out back here. The only thing that's in there is my pack. Instant noodles, a backpacking classic, not good for me, and always gives me the shits. All right, sleeping bag. Now it's not quite bedtime yet. It's only like 8 o'clock. Alright. Well, I suppose we're retired in here for the night. It turns out this is a pretty neat little setup for me typing here, because the tablet fits just barely in this little nook here, and if I push the seat forward, then I'm close enough I can actually type. So I've got camp mode on in the car. We're at 66%. I don't have temperature control on, I just have the air vent to circulate air. I'm just relying on my sleeping bag to keep me warm over the course of the night. So we'll see how much this drains. Temperature is about 8 degrees Celsius outside right now. And you know, lithium batteries in cold temperatures, so we'll see. Yeah, so surprising amount of room back here. Alright guys, good night. Catch up with you in the morning. Oh, good morning. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning. It's starting to get light out, so I figure I'll start getting up to get some breakfast and some coffee and make sure I got some energy in me to hike in. It's looking pretty chilly outside. My phone says it's only 3 degrees outside right now. It's a good thing I brought my heavy-duty sleeping bag and my liner. Alright, time to get up. I went to bed last night at about 9 o'clock and the car was at 66% battery. Ran camp mode overnight, no temperature control, just the air vents running, and it is at 61% this morning. So not bad. It only used up 5% overnight just running the fans. No way I'm doing that hike on an empty stomach, so I might as well take the time to get some coffee and some food into me so I have some fuel for the 6K hike in. Need to slow down. I'm sweating, which is really not good. Well, that looks incredibly dangerous, but we gotta go down. And it's a lot of wet, loose leaf litter, so it's going to be incredibly dangerous. Alright, GoPro's got to go away while I get this done. Oh, wasn't that bad. Worst part was that initial cliff there. It's a lot steeper than it looks on the camera. From here, I believe it's relatively straightforward until I got a 10-foot rock face I got to climb down, and then a beaver dam I got to climb across. Yeah, here in Canada, a lot of trails pass over what's essentially bare exposed Canadian shield. And I love the variety of this trail. Oh, it's windy up here. Here it is. This is the big 10-foot rock scramble that I was talking about. That's why trail runners with really good traction are a good idea. One of the benefits to hiking and backpacking this time of year is that your water is always cold. Orange marker for the campsite. Here's the tent all set up. Now I'm gonna put my tarp up over top. Some of the pegs were a little bit hard pressed to go in because, like I was saying, there's not a lot of soil depth in some areas here. So, but it's workable. There we go. Nice and protected from the elements in case it decides to rain, which I believe there is some in the forecast still. Alright, so we are going down to the water to test and see if my filter still runs. I didn't get a chance to do that, so it might be boiling. Alright. Hopefully I still get some flow out of this. Alright. Water actually looks pretty clear. It usually translates one of these to one of these because they both hold a liter. I'm getting some flow, but it is not flowing that great. There you go. 1 liter of filtered lake water. Clean enough to drink. Kind of tastes plasticky from the filter, but it's not too bad. Well, judging by the sky there, I'd say we might actually be due for a little bit of rain shortly. Nice and hot now. Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
Like to be online.
Oh no, no, no. You fall over then, won't you?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, if you've got that leg line up there and that leg line up like that, you're just going to fall over.
Alright, I gotta crawl into bed here. Okay, everything in my tent. Gotta shed some body heat before I climb into my sleeping bag here. But other than that, we're calling her a night here. So, good night guys. See you in the morning.
Good morning. It's about 10 to 7.
It did rain a little bit last night, so my tarp was a little bit wet. I'll have to dry it out later. So this 3D printed buck saw actually got quite a lot of use this weekend. I'm happy. Actually, it was a very useful tool to have. It survived being wound taut the entire weekend, and it got down to about 6 degrees last night. It's all compacted down. And stick it all in behind these water bottles here. So while I got breakfast and coffee starting to boil away there, I think it's time to go get myself a liter of water for the road because I'm running pretty dry. I'm a little bit sore this morning, especially in the quads. I'm not particularly looking forward to the hike out of here this morning. Oh, well, there's some surprise rain. Yeah, and hopefully it doesn't rain anymore before we're done hiking out of here, because this exposed Canadian shield gets real slippery once it gets wet. And add on to that all the leaf litter, and it is not a great time. So the flow rate on this has opened up a little bit, but I definitely think I'm due to replace the filter. It's quite a few years old at this point. And you wonder why we filter water. One of the other guys up at the camp there said he came down earlier this morning to grab some water, and he found a turd floating in the water here. So you never know what's floating around, even in the cleanest looking water. 1 liter of filtered drinkable water. Look at that lake though. Every time I see water like this, it makes me wish I had my little inflatable raft out here. Alright, I'm gonna pack everything down and hike out of here soon. Oh, made it back to the car. Power is at exactly 50%. Should be more than enough to get me home, and even if it's not, it'll route me to a supercharger. So that was pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. You know the drill. If you want to see all the crazy EV camping and electric rideable backpacking trips I get up to, click the card.